Hey guys, Heath Higgins here, and welcome to episode number 2 of the Ask the Expert show. Renting versus buying, the age-old question that I'm going to try to answer for you today. I may not be right, but I'm pretty sure that I am. So check it out and give me your opinion. Let's get the show started. First, I want to give a big shout out to my team. They're absolutely crushing it this year, and we have another record year setting up. I have a couple of new agents, and they're absolutely super hungry and ready to help you buyers out there. So give my office a call. I also want to thank my man Wes Hinches for giving me today's question via Facebook. Wes is a friend of mine that's a financial advisor from Tipton, Missouri, and you can look him up on Facebook if you're looking for a great financial advisor. Thanks again, Wes. So Wes asks, Keith, great job on your first installment of the video series. Hey, thanks. As a financial advisor to some young professionals, I'm asked all the time if they should rent instead of buy a home. What factors should they consider before buying with respect to length of home ownership, down payments, and cost of home ownership? Well, Wes, that's a great question, and one that needs to be addressed by experts in a particular market and not just by some blogger out there on Google who may have gotten foreclosed on in the state of California during the crash. Go ahead and Google it. 95% of anything published in the last 2 to 5 years on the subject is negative towards home ownership, and that it's just as cost effective to rent rather than own your own home, which in my opinion is absolute crap. These are the same people that push the leasing versus owning a vehicle. Go ahead and ask Dave Ramsey what he thinks about leasing a vehicle. Yeah, maybe if you trade your car in every 12 to 24 months, then leasing might be for you. Just like if you love to move from apartment to apartment every 12 months when your lease is up, then renting may be better for you. However, if you like to invest and grow your money, then maybe you should get a different perspective. There are pros and cons to almost everything in life, and depending on who you are and who you're listening to, they can skew the pros and cons into their favor. Yes, we went through a horrible crash in 2009. It's 2016, people, wake up. The market is thriving. The crash really only affected the bubble markets like California, Arizona, Florida. People here in the Midwest, they really just don't get affected. But they felt like they were affected because of all the negative press. The three things that we need as humans in life are number one, food, number two, we need clothing, and lastly, we need shelter, a place to live. Without a place to live in today's society, then you're considered the taboo word of homeless. So from my standpoint, investing in a home is a pretty safe place to put your money. Because guess what? People are always going to need shelter. Yeah, for some people it makes more sense to rent their home, but this video isn't for those people. The ones that should be renting aren't watching video blogs about should I rent or should I buy. If you're watching this, you're probably much more of a buying candidate and are at least seriously consider buying a home. So, some of my pros to help skew your opinion on the rent versus buy question are, number one, renters are paying for a mortgage already. Unfortunately for them, it's their landlord's mortgage. But Heath, what do you mean? Well, that $900 rent check that you pay to your landlord every month is then turned around and given to his or her bank to pay their mortgage on the property. Anything left over in the form of rent you paid versus the amount that they paid to the bank is called positive cash flow for the landlord. Yeah, but Heath, what if something breaks down on my rental? Then the landlord has to pay for it. Again, you're paying for it as the renter. Remember that thing that we called positive cash flow a while ago? Well, that's what the landlord's receiving. That's their nest egg to pay for those types of things. When you buy a home, you have inspections done to ensure that everything is in good working order to help eliminate most of the major types of expenses as a homeowner. Also, as a renter in this scenario, you're getting none of the other benefits of being a homeowner, such as building equity, both through paying down debt to the bank and the power of appreciation of your home, because historically, homes tend to appreciate 3 to 5% annually, closer to 3% right now in the Midwest. Also taking advantage of the tax benefits of being a homeowner by getting to deduct the real estate taxes and the interest that you're paying to the bank. These tax benefits alone will usually offset any difference in rent payments versus mortgage payments. The next question that you should determine whether you should rent or buy your home is the time frame, your timing. How long do you plan on staying in a home? If you can honestly say that you're staying in the area for at least 3 years, and probably many more, then in my opinion you should definitely buy. At 3 years, I have never had a client lose money when they needed to sell their home. Even if the market goes down and you're a move-up buyer, you get to take advantage of selling a smaller home in a down market to buying a much bigger home for less money in a down market. I have also had many of my buyer clients that wanted to buy a second larger home that ended up keeping their first home and then converting it into a cash flow rental. That's making them some serious passive income, but that's a whole other topic. The last thing to consider when buying versus renting a home is, can I qualify to purchase? This is where most people get confused, and a lot of people don't realize how easy it is and how little money you need down to actually buy a home. I've had many buyers over the years that were under the assumption that they needed 10 to 20% down in order to purchase a home, when in fact there are many loan programs out there allowing you to get into a home for as little as nothing down to as low as 5% down. You do need to have decent credit in order to qualify for these types of loans, but you don't have to be perfect. I have lenders that can get you in a home loan for credit scores as low as 580 and above, and there's no faster way to improve your credit score than by becoming a homeowner. Well, I hope this helps and leaves you some real reasons why you should buy versus renting your next place you call home. Thanks again, Wes Hinches, for your questions. Please give me your questions below using the hashtag AskTheExperts. And again, thanks so much, and I look forward to meeting you in the near future. Have a great weekend.